Chai!
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow! People wey suppose talk true to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo.
I have the mandate.
Intimidation. The only way forward for this country, for each and every one of us now, is to join hands with the APC governors, join hands with Buhari, with Tinubu, join hands with Nuhu Ribadu, El Rufai, and all the others, and Samanda Isaiah, and so many others, and move this country forward and fight the PDP. And that is where I am as from today. Even those saner voices within the PDP itself, what I call the sane voices, the rational voices.
We intend to secure this country as soon as we can and efficiently manage it. We do not like the unemployment, the suffering, the low standard of education, the lack of health care, the destruction of the infrastructure.
L'ori Iro. Sorry if you don't possibly understand the Yoruba. L'ori Iro means all of that on top lies. Good afternoon and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary Political today. I have friends who are watching me from Facebook. So if you are joining from Facebook, I can read your comments. Okay. So for those who are not going to agree with me, well, I would love to read from you too. And for my family, to all my friends, I have missed many of you. You need to share the video. Facebook has restricted Maiyegun's Diary Political so badly that many of you will not receive notifications. So you need to check your notification if you're watching on Facebook. Check your notification and see if Facebook hasn't taken it off there for you. So trending, APC, L'ori Iro, APC, L'ori Iro. Everything about them is lie. Everything, like absolute everything. However, people tend to kind of, they call it a Stockholm syndrome. Even though the definition of Stockholm syndrome is like that of a slave loving the slave master, the oppressed loving their oppressor, the abused loving their abuser, the assaulted loving their assaulter. On and on like that, getting used to people who abuse them, even if it is the government. So no matter what it is, they tend to forget. Okay, but we also have people who are like suffering from selective or intentional amnesia. That is, they are, they are disguising the ways that are disguising. Some of them, you will see them in the comment section of Facebook. So enjoy it. So this afternoon, I just want to take you through the whole rigmarole of lies. And some of you who are always like, I love my country. I love Nigeria so much. L'ori Iro is all lying. You don't love any goddamn Nigeria. You don't even know what kind of love you have for Nigeria, okay? But it is all lie. Your governors, your presidents, lifeless Bukwari, the Ikende Shatabandu fake Pastor Ruga, Tifnumbu of Lagos, that is the Jagabandit, Ashiwaju and Wuli. And whoever that comes forward and say, I love my country, and is a politician, right? Or has been a politician, or is a retired or active, whatever, and they are telling you that they love their country. That's why they are swearing to the oath. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be blah, 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 blah nonsense, yeah? But you can see the country they love. And that is to tell you that all the love now, L'ori Iro, okay? Then, lifeless Bukwari came, DGPT, APC, Egbekegbe. And part of what they came with is this part of this clip. Let me show that to you again so that you can hear that directly from the mouth of lifeless Bukwari. Okay, we will build refineries, L'ori Iro. We build, we'll stop medical tourism. All politicians will have to use Nigerian hospital. They will not go abroad again, L'ori Iro. We'll create 3 million jobs every year for the young people, high-paying jobs, best jobs. L'ori Iro. We'll provide security for everybody. Everybody will be safe. L'ori Iro lie. We will fight corruption. We'll fight corruption. We'll fight corruption, and then corruption will, if you don't kill corruption, corruption will kill Nigeria. Finally, corruption is about to kill Nigeria. Not just corruption anymore. Impunity is about to kill Nigeria. Incompetencies in different categories about to kill Nigeria. Self-centeredness, and the most vital one that they are so scared to talk about, it is the tribal politics and tribal division, which actually gives power to those who are holding the power today. We have tribal supremacy. We can do this, we can do that. That kind of thing. L'ori Iro, they are supposed to be people who love Nigeria, but see Nigeria that they love. L'ori Iro.
We intend to secure this country as soon as we can and efficiently manage it. We do not like the unemployment, the suffering, the low standard of education, the lack of health care, the destruction of the infrastructure.
L'ori Iro. So now you know where I'm coming from. But there's also another twist. You remember when our brother, our uncle, because I can call Uncle Femi Fani-Kayode an uncle, okay? Yeah, I'm not a boy too, somehow sharp. Let's call him Uncle FFK. Femi Fani-Kayode, the man that was building bridges, is a bridge builder. He was the one who initiated what he called handshake across the Niger. And as you know him, he is so religious too. Very, very religious and godly. He can quote the Bible A to Z, right? Like normally. Not bad. But somebody from nowhere just came and he accused Egbon. You have been going everywhere. We don't even know you be PDP man, Abi. But you've been going everywhere doing all these things, Like you are building one Nigeria. But when Biafrans are out there with IPOB, Biafra, bros, you said they will go. But when Oduduwas are talking, when you are writing your epistle, you agree with them because you believe that Nigeria is not working. And it's because of the darkness of APC. APC is a dark place. That would never, that somebody shall ask them, all this tour that you are doing, who is bankrolling you? You know what I'm talking about. That's so diffused inside the boss head. Blue. You remember that, Abi? Like, what kind of insult is that? As if that was just going to be the real insult, At the end of the day, we saw Egbon, taking pictures with some APC, he called evil APC governors, including Yeye Bello of Kogi. Egbon, don't eat the forbidden fruit. Egbon, please don't eat the forbidden fruit. Who is bankrolling you? Who is bankrolling you? Some of you who saw this video there, remember this video?
What type of stupid question is that? What type of stupid question is that? Bankrolling who? Do you know who you are talking to? I will not take any questions from this man. What type of insulting question is that? Which bankroll? To do what? Who can give me money for anything? Who do you think you are talking to? Bankroll what? Go and report yourself to your publisher. Bankroll what? Please don't insult me here. Okay, I don't want to take any questions from this man. Very stupid. I could see from your face before you got here how stupid you are. Don't ever talk to me like that. Who do you think you're talking to? Bankroll who? You think that I'm one of those ones you'll be from who? From how? When? Where? How? You have a small mind. Very small mind. Don't judge me by your own standards. I've been in politics since 1990. I'm not one of these politicians you think will just come. I've been locked up how many times by this government? Suffered. I've been persecuted. Unlike most of the politicians you follow for brown envelope. You. Don't ever judge me by that standard. I spend, I don't take. And I'm not a poor man. I've never been and I will never be. Bankroll how? Don't ever suggest that to me. I'm sorry that it was deeply insulting. I don't often get annoyed in press conferences. I've been doing this type of thing for many, many years. Don't you ever make that kind of suggestion to me.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Bankroll who, a former minister, a lawyer.
Sorry, sir. He got his language. Sorry, sir.
Don't ever try that with me again. No. Don't, please. You see me well. Don't ever. All right? I have a short fuse. Okay?
Sorry.
Don't. Try it with others, don't. I won't just say right now, I will hit you hard, don't. And if anybody sent you to ask that question and gave you brand new, go and tell them you got more than they bargained for to do it. Very rude. It's not the standard of daily trust at all. And I will report you to your publisher. Thank you. Any other questions?
No, that's okay, sir.
Imagine that.
Sorry, sir.
Somebody has been on the road for how long? You are coming to talk about that.
Sorry.
Very stupid.
Very short fuse. How can you insult Fani-Kayode, a very smart, intelligent lawyer that never appeared in any court to stand for any case, except when he's standing for his own trial for corruption? Apart from that, I've never seen Fani-Kayode in any court, defending any case, right? For any client, I've never seen any. I don't know, maybe, but he's a former minister, bankrolling who? Somebody has been on the road for so long. Yeye Bello has a message.
I have the mandate to mobilize, to sensitize, to educate, and woo Nigerians into the party, irrespective of their background. Our brother and friend, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, has joined our party in good faith.
For the youth.
He is joining our party to come and add his own positive energy and make contribution into ensuring that APC is a party to beat. Remember, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode is a foundation member, was a foundation member of this great party. Due to misunderstanding, he decided to port elsewhere before. Now he has decided to join our party, approached me, and by the mandate given to me by the party, I must not segregate. I must not discriminate against any individual, even if he has a different opinion about the party before, about the government before, and he has seen the light, the reality, and the need to join the All Progressives Congress. It is just nice. It is just important. It is just smooth and very, very sweet to accommodate and welcome Chief Femi Fani-Kayode to come and join this party. Remember that this party does not belong to one individual. It belongs to all Nigerians. You are free to join. If you feel otherwise, and you cannot, understand what is happening before, and now you understand what is happening, and you want to join, we will welcome you with our arms wide open. So, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, you are welcome to our party. Come and make your contribution and ensure.
Some of you are watching right now will be like, I don't even know if I should believe this or not. But it doesn't matter what you believe in. You've been played. You see, everyone who is telling you, if you look at most people who are interested in one Nigeria, and they are criticizing Bukwari, and they have been in government before, don't be deceived. They are all complaining because they are outside the sharing party. And the longer they stay outside, the louder they will be screaming. Do you understand that now? And over the time, Femi Fani-Kayode, who is very noble man, he's played his game so well. So don't be disappointed, okay? He's always been
intimidation. The only way forward for this country, for each and every one of us now, is to join hands with the APC governors, join hands with Buhari, with Tinubu, join hands with Nuhu Ribadu, El Rufai, and all the others, and Samanda Isaiah, and so many others, and move this country forward and fight the PDP. And that is where I am as from today. Even those saner voices within the PDP itself, what I call the sane voices, the rational voices.
The rational voices, the sane people, the smart people, the people who knows that this country, and all of that. You just have to try now and purge yourselves of all of what you have read from him. Okay? All of that is to keep himself still pretty much relevant because he is a lawyer. He is meant to be a lawyer, busy right now with his private life, but he can't. He has no private life without the access to the public life that actually fund the luxurious private life that all of them currently enjoys or enjoyed. And that's why they see themselves as rich. Who is bankrolling who? Who is bankrolling who? They were all friends, and finally, he's gone back home. He's going to begin to write about how Nigeria will be great. Do you get that now? It's going to begin to tell you how all is said about Buhari, they were at the heat of the moment. You are going to see him devise and divert his, divert his tool, the same tool. You know what I'm talking about? You'll begin to read more. All in all, L'ori Iro, all in all, na lie. They say na lie. It don't become not true. That the lie of yesterday was that everything they were telling you then was complete fast lies, just to keep you completely confused, disturbed, disoriented. As Nigeria they batch you, they will be the motivational speaker. They are acquired to maguire, to require and perspire. Abi? Those are the, if you look around there, you will see so many people that will tell you, those that are doing motivational speaking, they aspire to perspire, and all of that, right? They are doing them in different categories. Some will tell you that if you want to start your block industry, they started their own with a spoon of sand, a spoon of cement, and a cup of water. That's how they started their own, vibrated, the block industry. Some will tell you that they started their poultry with one chicken, one egg, and those are the, they aspire to perspire, to acquire, maguire, and disappear. There are also those who are doing acquire to maguire, aspire, to also disappear in politics. Those are the ones that will paint pictures. They are beautiful writers, grammarians, researchers. they read a lot to conjoin all the nonsense that leads to nowhere. Everywhere, you see all of them, brilliant mind. I saw people celebrating Okonjo-Iweala's, appointment as the World Trade Organization. It is good for the culture, first woman, right? And from Nigeria, and good enough from Biafra land, But she represents the world order, the same one that is giving Nigeria money, right? Borrowing the fake politicians in Nigeria money, giving them conditions that continue to devalue their money, naira, and keep their people poor, underdeveloped. She represents them. So she's not working for you, even though she looks like you. She comes from you, but she is not going to be for you. I don't know how you're going to put that anyway, but I hope you understand what I'm talking about. She works for World Trade Organization, whose agenda, as you know it, Nigeria is not one of them, that we were, that they don't have any plan for Nigeria to become America or to become the Western countries that where they come from. They are not wishing Nigeria or any Africa to look like that. You know that? But that's for another day. L'ori Iro. Sorry, I'm reading something here. Yeah. So the world order, which still keeps Nigeria poor, and those that I believe that, well, as we can deal with it, as we speak on that today, as we can deal with it, yeah. The those who give you the political, what do you call it, political inspiration, they'll say there are people we look up to. He's one of those people I respect a lot because of their political, the way they share their political views and all of that. They just aspire you for nothing. But when you look at the operational modus operandi, their modus operandi, it is just to keep you in that loop, the loop of expectation of maybe some politicians are not as bad as some others. Or maybe if the likes of Fani-Kayode and some of other politicians who are telling you Nigeria can be better if it's handled by other person and all of that, so aspiring you, is all lies. They are all there to scam you, defraud you, give you false hope, make them relevant, continue to make them relevant, continue to agree with them on some of their political views. And all in all, now zero. You realize they're all a fraud. Last, the Nigeria they are putting all that together for, you that they are keeping in that Nigeria to continue to believe. You look back, you're like, many have died though. People that shouldn't die, they've died because we believe these people. Same way you believe the Bokwari, the liar Muhammad of this world, in 2015, and fake Pastor Ruga, everything. You see, Nigeria itself is Nigeria, that country, is a country put together on falsehood. And you cannot put anything together on falsehood, and then begin to become righteous or say, okay, we have repented, we want to be righteous. It's not going to work. Everything about them, everything they promise you is a lie. To start with, Yeni L'ori Iro. So you have some others who are giving you that same hope, deceiving people, tapping into their vulnerability to rip them off, to loot or steal from them using religion. We have those ones too. Those ones that will paint pictures of here and there, but eventually it's about how to rob you. L'ori Iro. But you see this start of Nigeria, where I decided to bring back this L'ori Iro today, is because it has always been a package of lies. Everything APC has been pack of lies. And that makes people like us the enemy to those who believe the lie. And when the lie comes back to haunt them, and we have to talk about that too. I mean, when APC said they were coming to end insecurity, the solution to insecurity today is what this guy, Femi Adesina, had to say. Your life.
There was a time that the country seemed to have agreed that ranching was the solution to this problem. And when the federal government embraced it, some states began to say, no, we don't have land. We will not give our land for ranches. And before then, it had been generally agreed that ranching would be the solution. In fact, in most parts of the world, cattle are kept in ranches. But Nigeria is a peculiar country. When the federal government has no land, for instance, and if states say we don't have land for ranches, then another solution has to be found. So we need to discuss these things and appraise them critically until we get to what we can call the solution. But it's good that it's been discussed, and gradually I think we'll get there.
If you listen to that, you realize that the people who were talking so loud in 2015, the solution they have to conquer all insecurity, they are now saying, well, we tried to offer a solution, but you people said no. But what they didn't say, what said that Femi Adesina L'ori Iro, what it's not saying is that in 2015, they said those who were handling Boko Haram were doing a very, very bad job. Like Nigeria has been weakened. Good luck, Egbere Jolantan was a weak president. These guys were saying that everywhere. They were motivating some of you. They were inspiring and aspiring you. Change, change, change. Once Buhari become president like this, all these terrorists will just disappear, L'ori Iro. Once Buhari come in like that, hey my God, all the looters will run away. Some of them will be handing their loot. They will be handing over their loot to Buhari, L'ori Iro. The moment Buhari comes in like this, oh boy, you can leave your phone outside, and somebody will pick it up and bring it to you and say, "Sir, I found this phone." L'ori Iro. These people talking about this, back in 2015, there was no Fulani terrorists. There were no bandits. There were no mass kidnappers. Northern governors were not sitting together with terrorists and paying them money publicly in 2015. But they were talking as if those, wait for us to come in. Bokwari is going to undo security. Oshibajo, fake Pastor Ruga, is going to undo economy. Oh boy. Now, this is what happened, okay? After 6 years, nearly 6 years now that they have been there, what they have managed to do is this. The people talking, including Laya Muhammad, okay? Including Jagabandi, the Jagawiri, that is mobilizing thugs to go and kill people at Lekki Toll Gate on Saturday. It's not going to be the first time. They've been doing it, and they think they are getting away with it. But we are keeping the record for them. Do you get up now? In 2015, it was Boko Haram you are dealing with. The armed Boko Haram and then the unarmed official Boko Haram inside the government, collecting and making money from Boko Haram war, right? They said Buhari will send them away. Oshibajo and the rest of them. After 6 years, more people have been pushed into poverty. And we have figure. Yes, we do. From 13 million unemployed, officially unemployed. In 2015, they had 13 million unofficially unemployed Nigerians who don't get job. Looking for job. Then they had about 30 million Nigerians who were considered underemployed in 2015. When these guys were talking about creating 33 million jobs. So they were supposed to create 12 million jobs more for those who were probably in the categories of underemployed or unemployed. So if you have 13 million unemployed in 2015. So if they had created good jobs, 3 million every year, some of you today watching me right now, you probably won't be in Canada. Yes. Because so many of you have moved away now. And I congratulate you. Because the first stupid decision you made in your life was to believe Oshibajo, to believe fake Pastor Ruga, to believe Bokwari, to believe all these criminals, gang career criminals, that they could change your life, change Nigeria. But today, you are now a patriotic Nigeria in Canada, patriotic Nigeria in London, patriotic Nigerian In where? Where are you? Dubai or South Africa? Wherever you are watching from. 2015, you were shouting change in Nigeria. Abi? Because they were telling you they will give you job. They will do this for you. They will do that. Abi? So 6 years after that, you see 30 million we no even get job then. Some of them have also japa. They realized the L'ori Iro that everything was on top lies. Some still in Nigeria. They are still looking for that job. But you see those their friends who has no small money to convince those who no get job to vote for APC. Who told them, who promised them 3 million jobs every year, office job, special job, like your pals in America, your pals in Silicon Valley, your pals in, all these things, and they gave them this dream. L'ori Iro, after 6 years, the result, well, okay, it's not that they didn't do anything, no, but let me tell you what they did to help all of you, to give you jobs, to create millions of jobs, to make your life better. L'ori Iro, I'll give you the idea of jobs they created. They created something called Buharinomic. Buharinomic is the economy whereby the body language resets everything to auto setting. Body language. Do you get that now? Buharinomic. That's Buharinomic. If you are a thief, once you see photo of Buhari, you will stop stealing. That's what they expected. But in order not to now just leave those who were poor before they came in, they now started trader money, market money, when election was coming in 2019, telling them they wanted to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. Shadia, who happened to be the former girlfriend of Bokwari, they made her the minister of disaster, war and I don't even know the name of the ministry. Sorry, but they call her minister of disaster and something, poverty sharing or something like that. But some of you know the name. I don't know. They just created the ministry for her, and Bokwari put 500 billion there because in Buharinomic, they can tell you the audio economic policies that Oshibajo put together, like giving traders 10,000 naira to help them to boost their trade, so that when they make profit, they can pay back the 10,000 and collect 15,000 naira. Do you know how much that is? We're talking about 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Yeah, 12 pounds. Okay, so government that wanted to take people out of poverty was sharing 12 pounds to traders so that they can help them to build their businesses out of poverty. And they want to lift 100 million people out of that. So they shared the money towards election. People collected the money. They haven't seen them since the last time they shouted change, 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 which later turned to change. Because in 4 years, before they started sharing money, from 13 million people who were unemployed, we don't get job. In 2015, the number increased to 33 million. That is 18 million people. The total number of people that voted for, or that they claimed to have voted for Bokwari and Faith Pastor Ruga in 2015. The total number was put at around 14 or 15 million. I don't know. But shall put on like that. Let's say 15 million. Okay, like when we write the way normally, they write their figures from the north. So let's give them 15 million. The first 4 years, 18 million people became unemployed. You see those who are shouting change, 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 change. Who will kill? If you know. By 2019, hunger has weakened many of them. There was no strength to shout anymore. So the moment they managed to see one Congo of Gary, one Congo of rice from PDP, from APC, and anybody who can do Itoreanu, who can do Itoreanu, Zaka during an election, they would just shout whatever you wanted them to shout. Just give them something. Just give us something. Anything. Rapper, palm oil, kerosene, sugar, salt, flour, bread, anything, slippers, bathroom slippers, broom, anything, umbrella, t-shirt, face cap, just anything. We will shout the name. They were weak, because they've been weakened by the Buharinomics after 4 years. Among other things, now, in 4 years, Buharinomics decided to shut the border because they wanted to help the farmers to grow their farms. L'ori Iro, you know what happened? As they were telling farmers to go, at some point, they were even sharing very good seedlings to farmers to make them believe that the government of Buhari has a plan to grow food in Nigeria and diversify the economy. So the diversification of the economy is now what we call the cryptocracy, or, they've banned the cryptocracy. So what you now have after the currency of Buharinomic is called cryptocracy, or cryptocurrency. Maybe we should call it that way. Instead of cryptocurrency or crypto coins, we now have crypto coins or cryptocurrency in Buharinomics. As the farmers are going to the farms, the Fulani herders are there waiting for them to not just to kill and destroy them, destroy their farms and everything, to even kidnap them. Imagine you, a farmer, and you are watching them raping your wife, and if you see anything, now 1 bullet, then they will butcher you to pieces. Nobody can talk. Even the government now agree that whatever is making all these bandits will be upset, we need to keep paying them. So what happened? They said everybody should go to farm, and they sent terrorists after them. The government cannot protect the farmers. Before you know it, food inflation entered, and here we are. We thank God for our future. We thank God for the government of Buhari. According to fake Pastor Ruga, despite the fact that they are killing people in Yoruba land, they are still doing this. Olórí
ire ni kó kàn náwó kakọ̀rọ̀ ọwọ́ ẹ lókè. Wọ́n máa kọ́ wa lórí kan. Àwa kan bí ti mọ̀ náà. Òkè òkè lórí mi ń lọ. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Olórí ire tẹ̀lé mi. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Olórí ire tẹ̀lé mi. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. A ò ní pàdánù o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. A ò ní fàsẹ́yìn o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. APC next level ní ká sọ, next level. A máa òkè òkè la máa lọ. APC next level ẹ jẹ́ àjókòó. Your Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, my dear brother, Prince Dapo Abiodun, the Chairman of the APC Membership Validation and Registration Commission, and Governor of Niger State, the great Abulolo Alhaji Abubakar Sani Bello, the former Governor of Ogun State, and our leader, Baba Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Dr. Noimot Salako Oyedele, the Right Honorable Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Kunle Oluomo, the Chairman of the APC in Ogun State, Chief Yemi Sanusi, Chairman of Ogun State APC Membership Validation and Registration Exercise, the Honorable Ademorin Kuye, members of the Ogun State House of Assembly present. My leader, APC Ward 1, Chairman, Prince Segun Awomusi. Leaders of our great party in the state, all members all members who have just joined us, from the PDP, from the ADC, from the APM, who have now joined our great party, the APC, I welcome you very warmly. As a matter of fact, we now have 22 members of the House of Assembly in Ogun State out of 26. 22 are all our APC members. And we're expecting the others to repent very soon and join the great party. So we're expecting them anytime soon. I also bring you the very warm greetings and felicitations of Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. I'm extremely pleased to be here. I'm extremely pleased to be here to participate in the registration and revalidation exercise of our great party. But first, permit me to welcome you all to Ikene, my hometown, but more importantly, the hometown of Papa Obafemi Awolowo, the father and progenitor of the great movement that we call the progressive movement today. It is on the broad shoulders of the social democratic philosophy of the maximum happiness and well-being of all the people that we in our great party, the APC, stand firmly and confidently today. And so we must situate this exercise, this registration and revalidation exercise, in that ideological context. Party registration and revalidation is important because it offers us an opportunity to have a credible role of our members, such that we are able to reach our members from the polling booth level all the way to the wards, local government, and federal constituencies. Why do we want to reach our people? The people are the party, and the party is the people.
L'ori Iro, 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 Iro. That's what they do. I was on my program last night and I told people that you see that Ikene, some of you know him very well. He's a fake pastor. And that is why whenever they want to his own level is mixed. Okay? He's a fake pastor. He is also a fake political motivational speaker. They acquire to maguire, perspire, to disappear until they pick your pocket. Ikene, that we call him Ikene Shatabandu, fake pastor Ruga. That Ikene that that video you saw there, him at Ikene, is for the political convenience. That's why it's using Ikene. When they put all their political permutation together, somebody that was in Lagos had no house, had nothing in Ikene, had no connection to Ikene, other than his parents were from Ikene, who raised them in Lagos, like many other people. They had no interest in Ikene until 2015, when they were putting all this camp together. And you see now, our people who would not want to be associated with, hey, our vice president is from Ikene. You see, he's from Ikene. Go to Ikene. You will think Ikene is at the eastern part of Mogadishu or Syria. Go to Ikene. Go and look at people of Ikene. Someone said, when they said, L'ori Iro know what's okay, that's what they do. If they say, L'ori Iro know what's okay, won't you know what's okay? That's what they do. They will get you from that. They will say, and if you want to be a very successful person, okay, I want all the people who want to be successful in their lives to raise their hand. And you are just there like, okay, am I saying I don't want to be successful? Now, so that they catch you. He knows it. So he makes the religion acquire to maguire deceit and brought it to politics. So he can then throw all the time. You know, the Obafemi Awolowo. We want you to, most of what he's saying there, 80% of those standing with him, they are not listening to him. They are not interested. They are waiting for the show to end and whoever brought them there to pay them their money, because that's what they do now. Mobilization, they call it. You have to mobilize people. Like Oshibajo is coming. We need to do it elaborately. Meanwhile, that same Ikene, and the Remo land, in the same Ijebu land, we are suffering from the Fulani invasion, Fulani terrorist attack, killings. We are suffering from that too in Ijebu. And this is a person, number 2 man in Nigeria. He is not even bold enough to talk about it. Even if they are locking him up in a toilet inside house old rock. Now that he came to Ikene, if truly is from Ikene, and he knows the people there, and they know him, they know when he was growing up. He became a commissioner in Lagos State. He didn't go back to Ikene. He became Tinubu's handbag carrier. He didn't go back to Ikene. And even before then, when he was Tinubu's lawyer, he didn't go back to Ikene. Now, when they had to swap his name, when they don't want a Muslim ticket in APC, and they had to bring a fake pastor in to replace a crook, right, on the ticket, then he had to bring in Ikene. For those who know the game. And today they are still using Ikene, but ask them, go to Ikene now and see if Ikene is different from Zamfara. The only difference between Ikene and Zamfara is that these guys, we don't have young people walking with guns and kidnap school children. Go to Ikene. That's why we call him Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga. They are not interested in us. Everything they tell you, L'ori Iro, the party is the people. The people is the party. Okay, look at the people. Look at the people you are supervising. Look at them. Look at the youth. Look at the country. After 60 years, we will defeat Boko.
We intend to secure this country as soon as we can and efficiently manage it. We do not like the unemployment, the suffering, the low standard of education, the lack of health care, the destruction of the infrastructure.
After 5 years, more people have been displaced in Nigeria. That's why it's so funny, right? When people think, telling you what you know, right, that you don't probably like to listen to or to hear from any other person again, which makes you really, really angry, right? Makes it bad. It's not. You know about these things, You are a northerner. Imagine you a northerner watching me. You are watching me. And then you are angry. You are angry because why is it that APC, this guy is always, why do you want to destroy Nigeria? Blah, 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 blah. You are giving your excuses of why you don't like me, okay? But can you disagree with me that those who promise that they will keep the northern Nigeria safe from terrorists, from Boko Haram, today, and they also promised you that they were going to return those that have been displaced by terrorists, they will return them back to their homes safely so that they can go back to their lives. They can go back to their farms. I'm talking to you, Abdul Kadiri. Abi, is it Musa? Your name is Musa, or what's your name? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Concentrate. Is that not what they told you in 2015? Now, even if you are pretending, because you may join the bandwagon of the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, the Buharidins, the Buhari detainers. Join the bandwagon, fine. But are you going to disagree with me that the reason why you love this APC, Damboroba, is because they told you that you will be safe in the northern Nigeria? There will be no reason for you to go and buy AK-47 that you cannot use to protect your people in the north. But you will bring the AK-47 down to the southern Nigeria, and you'll be threatening our own Adija, our own Joy, you know, these beautiful people, our older people. You'll be threatening the life of our young people, old people, our farmers, destroying our economy. And I'm asking you, the people who promised you safety in 2015, they are still in power. In case if you want to pretend. And Pastor Ruga, fake Pastor Oshibade, Ikene Shatabandu, special advisor to Buhari on condolences matters, burial arrangements, and other mournful visitation matters. Fake Pastor Ruga is still part of those who promised you that. Oh. And me, I am here just to remind you and say, okay, oh, you see those things they promised since then, they were lies, oh, L'ori Iro, you don't like me for it. Now, I am now saying that L'ori Iro, it's not just lie, oh. He also gets some incompetency in it too, oh. Incompetency that is even dangerous than L'ori Iro on the lies. The incompetency part of it is that if Buhari cannot, after 5 years, 6 years, Sonu, if Buhari cannot help you after 5 years, after 5 years, the numbers of people who are now displaced in northern Nigeria has quadrupled. That means if you have 100 IDP camp in few states in northern Nigeria in 2015, and you, Suberu, you are not happy. You were not happy. It's completely unacceptable. The same thing is unacceptable in 2015. You have accepted 4 times, so now you have more. Like Buhari said, listen, this is what Buhari said in 2015. Watch.
Mr. President, the State Security Service has consistently, since you came in, disobeyed court orders. I can mention Kayode arrest. I can mention somebody Asuku has about 3 bails and is still being arrested. I can mention Patrick Bole Kemi. I can go on and on. Nnamdi Kanu of Biafra agitation. These people have legitimate bails from court, and then they are still being held. Are you not worried? And then, secondly, sir, why
we can only take one? I'm really sorry.
All right,
we've got limited time. Yes, Mr. President.
Are you a lawyer?
I'm a journalist, sir.
You want to be appointed lawyer then? Technically, if you see the type of atrocities those people committed, I'm very sorry to say this publicly, against the country. If they jump bail, if say the former president just wrote to the governor central bank and said, give 40 billion naira, 40 billion to so. And then he fills the accounting and you give him bail or you ask him to go and see his doctor in London. While you have 2 million people in IDPs, half of them, they don't even know their parents. Which kind of country do you want to run? And the one we are calling Kanu, do you know he has 2 passports? One Nigerian, one British, and he came to this country without using any passport. Do you know he brought an equipment into this country, a sophisticated equipment, and was broadcasting for Radio Biafra? Which kind of government do you want to have?
But we wrote an editorial against the Premium Times.
What?
Premium Times wrote editorial against his radio station and called on the federal government to stop that.
So he should be given bail to go away. There's a treasonable felony against him, and I hope the court will listen to the case.
Sorry, Jerry. Adedamola, you need to stop it. I've been laughing since I saw your comment, and I didn't want to let you go on YouTube, Baba. So some of you guys, I know that if you consider the lies and what these guys, what they told you in 2015, and how you believe them, if some of you catch them one-on-one, I know guys who said, Baba, no, I don't even want anything. Just leave me inside one room with Buhari for just 30 minutes. That's all. It is personal to some people. You need to know that. Because you see that L'ori Iro. You see Buhari that is talking about 2 million people in IDP camp. 2 million in 2015, right? Today, they have more than 20 million people displaced. Some of them are not even staying in IDP camp. There, you see, the number of people displaced right now, man, I need to take your comments off the screen. It's actually cracking me up. It's cracking me up so bad that I can't concentrate. Buhari that is talking about why he decided to disobey court order that told him to release Nnamdi Kanu in 2016, before he traveled to London and became a vegetable and now became the lifeless pretty mannequin that you have now. The one that is so shy to talk to people. That was his first and last presidential chat. So they asked him and he said, you see, you want to cause insecurity in this country? Nnamdi Kanu brought 2 equipment for radio and he wants to cause war. I was like, okay, so radio can cause war. But AK-47 giving people, undocumented people who come in and rape and kill people, that's not going to cause war. We just have to give land so that we can have peace, Abi. But he mentioned 2 million people, right? That was 2016. Oh. These are the fake figures they were brandishing about. Laya Muhammad, Pastor Ruga, Isaleko Barack Obama, or Isaleko Albert Einstein. That is a Fashola, Inspector Fashola. Aregbe Mugo from Oshun. Which other guy? They are everywhere. They are doing the yeoman job then. Yeoman jobs that so many people believe them. Okay. Now, after 5 years, and after Buratai the Butcher, who reigns supreme as the executioner in chief for breeding lifeless mannequin, Bokwari, for 5 years, they couldn't protect the Northerners from 2 million IDP. You see, there's something about IDP. There's something about IDP. There's nothing called IDP. Now, these criminals, they are the criminals who give this funny, big English name. Refugee and refugee. And you know the meaning of refugee, Abi? Yeah? There were refugees inside Nigeria, different states, doing surviving, Boko Haram. After 5 years, they have more refugees scattered everywhere in northern Nigeria. Some refugees in northern Nigeria, they are not in refugee camps. Okay? They are living in their own house, but they have to pay tax to terrorists, or else. You know what they happen to people like that? They will burn the house, they will kill them. And then you go and join your people in anywhere they have run to in the bush. Some people, refugee, they don't get camp at all. That's why I don't want to use refugee camp, internally displaced person. Also, refugee, they get camp. But there are refugees in Nigeria that they are living on the mountains. Have you ever heard of that? A whole village. Whenever it is about 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, they will all move to the mountains. Children, no, women, no, old, young, everybody will move to the mountain for safety. Because they know they will likely be attacked that night. There are places like that in the north as we speak right now. There are some areas where people who don't get money to pay terrorists for protection in northern Nigeria. If you go to Yobe, if you go to Borno, if you go to Katsina State where Boko Haram come from, in Daura, those who don't get money to pay terrorists, they will give them their children, their young girls. They will give them to terrorists for a week. I'm not making this up. I may be making it look lighter. I may be saying it in a way that is somehow kind of, I'm just trying to just be Maiyegun. That's the mood I'm in. Because if I have to say it the way I feel, I will just be screaming. And I don't think I should be screaming right now. Do you get what I mean now? So, people use their children as collateral. Terrorists to take them. As government pays terrorists, citizens pay terrorists, farmers pay them, and all of that. Meanwhile, they are living in their own homes, but they are paying taxes to stay alive. Government cannot touch the terrorists. That one is very many. So they promised you safety. Not just that, after 5 years, we now have Nigerian refugee, the Nigerian refugees, Lake Chad chapter. We now have Nigerian refugee from Daura, Cameroonian chapter. We now have, refugee from Niger State in Nigeria, Mali branch. So as you're having, as you're having internally displaced refugee in 5 years, and who are those displacing them? Don't be only Boko Haram anymore. Within 5 years, Boko Haram, they have diversified. Everybody is diversifying, using the word diversification. You remember when Pastor Ruga, when they told you that they are doing economy? And in their own Buharinomic, they can go to China, they can go everywhere and borrow money at high expensive rate, devalue the naira, and continue to tell you that there are easy way of doing business in Nigeria. You know the story, right? But what happened is that it is no longer Boko Haram that is now killing people. They said they were diversifying from oil, they were diversifying to agriculture. Ashe Nakudu, Nakuded message. Peter Man, I need one-on-one with Pastor Ruga so that I can minister by laying hands on him. I swear, Badero's fans are low-key terrorists. We are just nice people. People who use our mouth more than we use our fist. And we always wish that we don't get pushed to use our fist. Peter Man, I know. The reason why we won't use our fist on someone like that yet is that we are not violent like that. And we are not one of those they lied to, those who believed them that they were going to bring a change. We are not one of them. We are those who knew it was going to end in hot tears. Those that should lay their hands on Pastor Ruga and co right now, when they see them like one-on-one, those should be those they lied to, and they know what they have lost in this regard. But well, thank you very much for your chipping in there as well. So many people feel that way. Peter Man, if you feel like that, if you see Pastor Ruga, say hi. Let me say hi to him. Say from Maiyegun, say hi. And I hope it all goes well as well. Lies! Boko Haram have also diversified. Now it is no longer Boko Haram. You now have them, the ISWAP chapter, who are manning some certain forest. You have the Fulani terrorists from Futajalon, from Futajoro. Man, people, they do research. Someone said, Maiyegun, I did the research. The Fulanis, the Fulani bandits put together by Uthman Danfodio, that invaded the northern Nigeria from Futajalon, Futajoro, and that. You see, they have terrorized the locals so much that the Hausas have accepted the defeat, and therefore they have conceded the land to them. I was like, guys, calm down. I don't care about Futajalon. I don't care about Futagallon or Futa liters or Futa whatever. Just don't bring your Futa nonsense to Yoruba land. We will be fine. We are good like that. That is the only thing that is causing problem now. So in 5 years, when they lied to you that they will keep you safe, all of us, when they manage armed robbers, which when you know this, armed robber they Benin Road, armed robber they Benin Road, armed robber will not kidnap you. They will take your money, take your car, and possibly they will get caught. And because of the rotten security system in Nigeria, they will get freed again. But you are likely never going to be kidnapped. Armed robber no go kidnap you and begin to ask for ransom. All these things are new in southern Nigeria. And when they started happening, that means they have violated our peace. They have violated our space. They have come in between our peace and our God-given peace, man. Come on. We shouldn't be part of Nigeria. We would have had a better peace, more peace. We can deal with ourselves in Yoruba land. You know what I'm talking about? We'll go fight, we'll drag. They say, hey, Ijebu versus Egba. You see how we fight in Yoruba land. That's why some people say we know they fight. We they fight too. Yoruba they fight too. Okay? What happens is that when Yorubas are fighting themselves, they don't want to fight until now that people are, the world is changing. Any small thing now, people will just come out gone. We are talking about two fighting. You bring cutlass. About waiting. Must we fight to kill? Yorubas don't fight to kill. That's why I say, Baba, go slap her now. You don't talk this thing for about 30 minutes. If I slap you, if I give you this, if I give you this double, your father at home, he will be having diarrhea. He will be having, all those things because we know they fight. There's no point. We just, until money gets involved, and that is it. But with the fight, Yorubas, they fight. We fight for common interest. And that is why those who know that Yoruba will fight for any common interest, they have been using that to manipulate them. They know that Yoruba will fight. Yoruba won't fight us. We can say anything. No? We can use our mouth. I think, and which is good. Use your mouth. That's what they told me here. That's what they told my son. That's what they told me. Everything. That's what they always tell my son in school. They said, use your mouth, not your hand. That means don't be violent to people. And when you use your mouth, even using your mouth self now, I don't tell us, maybe they wash with you, they talk. Because sometimes, some people will say something to you, and you just go and kill yourself. You know, that kind of thing. People, though, it's very hard. A lot is changing. That's the point I'm trying to make, you know. Back in the days, people will tell you, Baba, there's nothing if it happened like this. I don't feel kill myself. And they mean it. Say, what if you owe so much, Baba? Even if I owe 1 billion, that person that is talking, his whole worth is not probably up to 10,000 naira. But he knows, like, the worst thing that will happen to him is to say he's owing somebody 1 billion and he can't pay it, but he won't kill himself. He will tell you, Baba, even Nigerians have the I don't feel kill myself. But you see, these days, they are now telling us that not just don't use your hand on people, use your mouth. Now they are telling us these days that we should watch what we say. Because sometimes, if you tell somebody something, you say, look at you. Look at your life. Some people are like that too. Some people have said bad things to us. That if they say to some of this Indomie generation or this iPhone generation, if you say it to them, now suicide, you just be seeing suicide everywhere. But when we're growing up, there are many things they have told us that they will say, you know what I'm talking about. So today we are saying, don't use your hand, don't use your mouth too much that will cause anybody to commit bodily harm to themselves. Because whatever you say to people or you say about people, like some of you that will see people and say, why do you look so fat? You don't know what they are going through in their life. And you are not being nice to them. You need to lose weight. So you don't know what they are going through. So all these things today, without touching them, you can make people feel, suffer depression and all of that. I decided to digress a bit. Okay. What I'm trying to say there is that Yorubas, we can fight whenever it comes to common interest. And that is why politicians in Yoruba land continue to use that common interest for their political fight. And they push it. That's what they're doing right now. Like, for example, Yoruba Ronu 2023. They want Yorubas to forget all the failure. They want Yorubas to forget all the disappointment. They want Yorubas to forget all the poverty, all the insecurity. Just focus on something. Because if you don't focus, someone else will take it. And as a Yoruba, don't let them take it too. And so many people are already buying into it. The insecurity in Yoruba land is not a big problem. The poverty, the child poverty in Yoruba land is not a big problem. The domestic abuse, the domestic violence that is increasing in Yoruba land due to increasing poverty in Yoruba land, where men are beating their wives to death because they are, they are unfaithful to them. And because of these whole economy changes, the whole thing is the whole place is crumbling. But nobody wants to talk about them, because if you talk about them, you are likely going to ask for Yoruba to leave Nigeria. And asking Yoruba to leave Nigeria is not politically profitable to some of these guys who are talking about 2023. Do you get that now? So they will use common interest for political interest of their own and use that for Yoruba. They will use it too, and they're already using it. So Yoruba do fight. And I think that's the fight people like us should be very busy with. How to let our people know that. Don't let the same failed politicians who fail to protect you now speak up for your protection now, who keep mute and, sealed lips for all that is going on in Yoruba land now. What has been going on in the northern Nigeria, in many parts of the northern Nigeria for the past 10 years? We are now witnessing them at an escalated level in Yoruba land. But our Yoruba politicians, some of them, many of them, in fact, they don't want to talk about it. Because talking about it will mean they would need to talk about the perpetrators. And they will have to say Fulani. Do you get that now? So saying that is not politically profitable for them. So they will use political interest. But we will do our best to let people know that if they push you, if they ask you for 2023, and they are not talking about this 2021, how they are going to keep you alive beyond 2021, then don't let them use you or use political interest of Yoruba nonsense that they will bring up to sway you to agree that it is okay to be killed, and you keep quiet, because if you speak up, it's going to hurt them politically, because everything they are saying to you now, whatever they say to you now, remember what they told you in 2015. In 2 years' time, that will be 8 years. L'ori Iro. Let me refresh you again. Some of you may not, you know what I mean? Do you remember this, by the way? Sorry, I'm trying to get that on. Somehow it's going off.
We intend to secure this country as soon as we can and efficiently manage it. We do not like the unemployment, the suffering, the low standard of education, the lack of health care, the destruction of the infrastructure.
So whatever they are saying to you right now, remember what they said before now. They will say it again and again. And somebody asked me, Maiyegun, can you describe who is a politician? And I'm like, well, there's a definition that came to my head, and it's been ringing in my head for God knows for how long, yeah? Politician is just a job. Or let me put it this way. Let me try and sound kind of like Oshibaju. Maybe I can try. I'm not really cut out for that anyway. But who is a politician? A politician is a man who took up politics as a profession, whereby he will create a problem where there is no problem, then offer himself to, to solve the problem. And when he's solving the problem, he will create more problem. Then he will ask for more time to solve that other problem. Okay, and it goes on and on and on like that. So when the problem is resolved, a politician has no job, and therefore to still be a politician, when you are fixing a problem, create another one so that there will be something to fix. And in this process, the definition actually fits the Nigerian politician. I think some of you who knows how to phrase it for me. Okay, politics or who is a politician, especially a Nigerian politician. A Nigerian politician is a man who chooses politics as a profession, right? And then he offer to, he will create a problem, then offer to fix the problem. In the process of fixing the problem, then he will create more problems. Then he will demand for more time to fix these other developing problems. And because he is a politician, he needs to have more problems to fix so that he can continue to tell you he needs more time. This is another problem. And most of the time, people agree with him because they can say, oh, we had a problem of this before, you remember. If not because of him that helped us to reduce it, that would have been a big one. Oh, we see this new one, let's give him time to find a solution. Remember, that is the job of a politician. That's the definition of a politician. So it's as simple as that. Okay? Nigerian politician will create a problem. Then they will now offer themselves as the people who can solve the problem. Then when you now give them the chance to solve the problem, then they create more problems, solving one problem. And then, on and on and on and on and on like that. And when they are retired, they will tell you, I served you all my life. For 40 years, I have been a politician. And I've saved so many people, so many lives. I have solved so many problems. I know those who can be problem solvers for you again. I am now a godfather. You see this boy, I have trained him, okay? He is a problem solver. Then you repeat again, okay? He will go in to go and solve problem created by his own godfather, okay? In the process of fixing the problem, he will create more. Then he too will need time to fix that problem. Then he too will become a godfather, and on 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 like that. Somebody said I should write a book. Trust me. Most of what I say to you just come from my head, come from my mind. Some of them things I remember, some of them things I conjure to make my narrative or analysis kind of, you know. And some guy said, Maiyegun, your videos are too long. I'm like, you better watch my video live. That's the time you will enjoy it most, because you see so many other people involved. You can participate, you can get engaged and all of that. That is why you should like, subscribe to my page. When I'm live, you won't even care. There is a, you know, I mean, it's been long. Some people want me to stay on as long as I can stay. And I love that too. But let's consider those that will have to watch this video again. There's a lot to talk about. All right. I'm still going to come back later this evening. If you have the time, join me. But remember, whatever they tell you, I have been saying it. Now maybe you will believe it. Whatever they have been telling you about Nigeria, we are going to do this. We are going to do that. You don't need to break up Nigeria. Nigeria will be great one day. Everything, what?
We intend to secure this country as soon as we can and efficiently manage it. We do not like the unemployment, the suffering, the low standard of education, the lack of health care, the destruction of the infrastructure.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀ ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.